Right, so last night, Khabib Nurmagomedov, the UFC lightweight champion, just retired after defending his belt for the third time against Justin Highlight Gaethje. Obviously, that's a big win for him. I think it was arguably, I think it was the best win of his UFC career. Best defense, of course, best of his two tower defenses, McGregor, Poirier, Gaethje. He done it in 2 rounds, about 6.5 minutes. Perfect finish by triangle from the bottom, inverted triangle. The transition was amazing. Justin went with nice leg kicks, won the first round. But Khabib was putting the pressure on the first round. I think Khabib won the first round, but it was so close. Justin did outstrike him, landed the heavier shots, but, you know, did Khabib win it? I don't know. It was a close round. When I was watching it live, I thought Justin won the round, but watching it again after, Khabib won the first round, but barely. It was dangerous, it was risky, but he got it done. Standing on the feet for most of the round, took him down in the first round, got the submission attempt, not enough time left to work, but he showed how easy it was against the fence. He did get stuffed in the middle of the cage though. Justin's got that. That's what I thought would happen. Second round though, after that leg kick, caught his leg kick, transitioned, taking the back, full mount, got the triangle, inverted triangle. It was amazing. Amazing finish. And I don't know what that ref was on though. He's been talking to Keith Peterson for too long. So there's a few things going on right now. Pound for pound. You got Khabib saying he wants to be pound for pound number one by next Tuesday. Dana's agreeing with it. Sean Shelby, they all said he's going to be there next week, so he should be there. He said he's retired. I believe he's retired, but I don't think Dana believes it. Maybe he does. He said he does, but I don't know. Pound for pound though, is he pound for pound? John Jones said, okay, you can be it for now, but are you really it? Watch when I go heavyweight. I'll show you. Because when you look at this, let's look at who is the real pound for pound. In my opinion, I think that you can't really judge pound for pound. You can say maybe top 5 guys, and I would say Khabib, GSP, John Jones, Anderson Silva, and Demetrius Johnson maybe. That's the 5, and not in any particular order. That could go either way. And a lot of people say John Jones is number 1 because he has the most tower defenses. And GSP, GSP with his 8 tower defenses. John Jones has 1 loss, but it was an illegal knee loss. He didn't actually lose. I mean, he did lose to Reyes. We know he lost to Reyes, even though he got the job done officially. But John Jones, in my opinion, because of the steroid use and all that, he can't be the GOAT. Of course, he defended his belt many more times than Khabib, and that can balance out the fact that he's on the steroids. But still, since he's come off the steroids, I have to say, he's just not looking good. Since he's come off the steroids, what's happened? He went against Alexander Gustafsson. Yeah, fair enough, he beat him, but he didn't look like what we expected Jones to do to him. Thiago Santos split decision against a former middleweight. Dominic Reyes basically beat him 3 rounds to 2. And Anthony Smith, people over 40 years old are finishing Anthony Smith, and Anthony Smith is going 5 rounds with John Jones. Like, come on, he's not looking good right now. So, the steroids is always going to be there. And same with Silva. Anderson Silva, a great guy. Great. He's definitely top 5 as well, just like John Jones. But I don't think you can take that number 1 spot without being clean completely. Without this cleanness, without the cleanliness, no drugs, no tainted supplements, and all that, I don't think you can be GOAT, in my opinion. But you can be in the top 5. Khabib, 3 tower defenses. Nothing like GSP and John Jones' amount of tower defenses. No double champ status, just 1 division. But the reason why I think he's in top 5, his dominance. The way he finishes these guys, 5-round decision against Ali Quinta. Then he went 4 rounds against McGregor. 3 rounds against Poirier, and then 2 rounds against Justin. And if the next one, imagine if it was Tony or GSP. If it was GSP, it probably would have been 1 round, because it's not fair on GSP, 155 pounds at 40 years old, or whatever he is, 39. 1 fight in 7 years. If it was Tony, maybe it would have been 1 round as well. You never know. But let's not think of what would have happened. He's getting better and better. His stand-up. This is his prime. He's never looked better than this one, and I think he's got years ahead of him. But he's retired. Fair enough, he's retired. His dominance is why I think he should be GOAT, and he's undefeated, of course. Granted, you accept that he beat T-Bout. I don't know, that's a controversial one, but he's undefeated officially. Lost only 2 rounds, 1 to McGregor and 1 to Justin, and the Justin one was super, super close, razor thin, and the Conor one was close as well, but Conor did outstrike him. Now, that's where I think, when you see what he did to these guys, and interim champions, people say they're just interims, they're bums, or whatever. No, well, casuals say they're bums. They're not bums. Of course they're not bums. It's Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. But in terms of the interim champion rank, people don't rate it. They just say he's just an interim champ. He's not a real champ. Justin Gaethje got his belt off Tony Ferguson, who was the previous, he got his interim belt against Kevin Lee, fair enough. But he was the interim champion, and he was a real champ in people's eyes, an unofficial champ. And then he just broke his 12-fight win streak. Justin Gaethje just destroyed him in that. Wasn't as bad as people think, but he did destroy him. So he's a real I consider him real champ. Dustin Poirier, interim champ, but he was a real champ as well. He beat Max Holloway, and Max Holloway in his prime, Max Holloway as the current featherweight champion. He beat him at the time he was current featherweight champion, and he beat him clearly. Habib's beaten some good guys. McGregor, granted, he was not motivated and all that. McGregor had the foot injury and all that. His foot was a balloon and all that. But then again, Habib's foot was a balloon against Justin Gaethje, and he had mumps as well. So I don't know. And McGregor, I think McGregor, a motivated McGregor, is the toughest matchup for Khabib in the lightweight division. Justin Gaethje, I thought, was after that. Maybe it's Tony Ferguson then. I thought it was McGregor, motivated McGregor first, active McGregor. Three fights in a row, then Khabib. I think he can beat him. I don't think he can beat him. I think it's the best. He has the best chance. I think 8 out of 10 times Khabib beats McGregor. Motivated McGregor. 2 out of 10 times Khabib Conor sparks him in the first round. Alright. Tony Ferguson, Khabib didn't get to fight him, but Tony, what does he do for Khabib's legacy right now? He's very old, 37 years old by the time they would fight. If Khabib beats him, they're going to say he's too old. There's no point, yeah? Justin Gaethje just took that from him. The casuals, they see that Justin beat Tony, so that means, what's the point of fighting Tony, But that's what the casuals see. I should stop using the word casual. So yeah, Tony doesn't really do anything for his legacy, per se. I know he's a jiu-jitsu guy, he's got the elbows, he's Khabib hasn't fought anyone like Tony before, and Tony hasn't fought anyone like Khabib before. I still think that Khabib would beat Tony, even Tony in his prime when he fought RDA Barboza, because we've seen him being mounted by Kevin Lee, and we've seen him be mounted by Danny Castillo, and granted he has been a long time since Danny Castillo and his jiu-jitsu's gone better. He still got mounted by Kevin Lee, who got submitted by Oliveira, so, he's a good fighter, Kevin Lee, but he has a lot of things that bring him down, He needs work. He's got potential, but he's not there. I think Khabib beats him. So I think what is left for Khabib? If he fights GSP, what's it going to do for him? 155-pound GSP is nothing. If he fights him 165, is a bit different, but then GSP, there's no title on the line. And I don't know. I think GSP at this age, no matter, even if it was 170, people are going to say, look, he's 40, he's fought once in 7 years. It's not worth it. Leaving at this time is good. Even though I want him to stay, it's a good time for him to leave. Pound for pound number one? No. I think GSP is pound for pound number one. The reason why? GSP, no steroids. Nothing like that. No rubbish. Number 2, 8 title defenses. Way more than Khabib. Granted now, another reason why Khabib is in the top 5, even though he only has 3 title defenses. Lightweight division, in my opinion, is the most stacked division. When you look at light heavyweight, how stacked is it? It's getting more stacked now. Yeah, it is getting a bit more stacked now. But before, how stacked is it? Lightweight is clearly the most stacked, in my opinion. You've got featherweight's quite stacked, but I think lightweight is, the top 10 in lightweight is just so hard to get into. And it's so stacked. And a lot of people from lightweight just move up to welterweight because they can't hack lightweight. Then again, people from featherweight move to lightweight, but that's normally because they struggle with the weight cut. But lightweight, a lot of people lose. And then, look at Gilbert Burns, got knocked out by Dan Hooker. He's gone up to fight the title in welterweight. You got Chiesa going up. He was huge again, to be fair. RDA went up. Like, a lot of people go up from lightweight because it's too hard. Kevin Lee even went up for 1 point, but then he lost there against RDA, came back down. But lightweight's a stacked division. It's hard to stay up there. Credit to Tony Ferguson to staying in there for so long. Dustin Poirier, true veteran. All these guys. But GSP, regardless as welterweight, was not as stacked. I think, in my opinion, the lightweight division right now is more stacked than the welterweight division compared to the people who just GSP fought. Still, it's 8 title defenses. 8 title defenses. I know the one as dominant as Khabib's one is still 8 title defenses from a non-steroid guy, in my opinion, and also double champion status. I know it was against Michael Bisping, who's arguably, at the time, Michael Bisping, he kind of fluked the win. In a trilogy, I think Luke Rockhold beats him again. He wasn't meant to win that. But it's MMA, anything can happen. Michael Bisping realistically loses to anyone in the top 10 in middleweight. Yeah, at the time when he was fighting. So GSP saw the opportunity, went up and beat him. And I think that still he's still a double champ. Even though it's Bisping, he's still a double champ. That's the point of it. Double champ, no steroids, and 8 title defenses. What more can you ask for? Khabib, fair enough. Now you can look at it like this. If Khabib went up to fight, say Gilbert Burns beat Usman. Say he did beat Usman, Kamaru Usman, the champion at welterweight, and Khabib did move up and beat Gilbert Burns. That's the best chance. Khabib can beat a lot of people in welterweight, in my opinion. I think, in my opinion, right now, Khabib can beat everyone at welterweight in the top 15, except for Usman, because of the size and strength advantage, not because of technicality, and Colby, because Colby is a better wrestler than Usman, a better striker than Usman as well, and he just overall, I think he's overall better than Khabib. Khabib's a bit more better on the ground than jiu-jitsu and all that, but I think Colby is big, he's like Khabib's size, he's a good wrestler, and we have to see. We're never going to see that fight anyways. But anyways, regardless, I'm going off on a tangent. I think that GSP number one, number two, I would put Khabib. No, and that's purely because them two, no taking supplements. Number three, John Jones. Number four, Anderson Silva, and number five, Demetrius Johnson, because he has a few more losses. Oh, I forgot another thing. GSP, he had 2 losses only. They weren't meant to happen. Those losses, they were just random losses. Yeah, he did avenge them both clearly. He made it okay. Full stop. He avenged them. So even though he's not undefeated, he still avenged them. So that's why I say he's number one. Now, if you took steroids out of the equation and you just said, okay, fine, whatever, he's still a good fighter, John Jones is in the top, 100%. Silva, GSP, John Jones, GSP, Silva, Demetrius Johnson, then Khabib. But Khabib, then Demetrius Johnson. And Demetrius Johnson's great, but he's had a few losses, split decisions, all that stuff. And the lightweight division is much more stacked than down there in the small divisions. That's my opinion. That's just what I think. So that's what I think. Khabib number two, not number one. To get to number one, what he should have done, not fight GSP. Fighting GSP would not have given him number one in my opinion, because GSP right now is not rated, in my opinion. Fighting to get number one, he'd have to fight Tony Ferguson next, beat Tony Ferguson, and then maybe another title defense. 5 title defenses at lightweight, or one more title defense at lightweight, or no more title defenses at lightweight, but go straight up to welterweight and take a champion there. That, in my opinion, would have given him pound for pound number one. But he didn't do that, so he's still one of the greatest of all time. He's the greatest lightweight of all time. He's not the greatest of all time. He's second greatest, in my opinion, bar the steroids, because if you have steroids, I won't count that, And Israel Adesanya, we've got to see about him. So right now with his left pec, is it right pec, wherever it is, we'll see what comes out on him. Anything dirty comes out on him, but he's on his way to become GOAT as well. But he's got his controversies. But yeah, that's what I think. It's all opinionated at the end of the day. It's, how do you rank pound for pound? How do you rank GOAT? Right now, I think pound for pound number one is Khabib, because GSP is not in here right now. But GOAT of all time, Khabib, probably number 2 or 3. But right now, pound for pound number one, Khabib, then John Jones, because of the steroids, and GSP is not here. But yeah, that's what I think, and I keep saying that's what I think, but I'm going to end it